All right, it's 9:29, so maybe we can start preparing ourselves right now and have this class going na, no? Para kan. Some others are having hard time joining, while others are saying that medyo napuputol po yung klase, yung boses ko. I'm not sure if it's in my end of the line or your end of the line, pero I'm using a wired connection kasi. And so far ako lang naman gumagamit ng internet namin dito sa bahay. So I think that maybe it's in your end siguro na medyo anyway, for those who are joining, kindly please mute yourselves, no, para hindi tayo magkakaroon ng tawag nito mga ambient sounds that we're experiencing right now. All right, so before I get to start, I'd like to ask you if you are hearing me loud and clear. At the same time, you're seeing my slide. Anybody? Nakikita nyo ba yung slide ko at the same time hearing me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright, very good. Thank you for responding. Alright,
Yes,
so
sir.
we start right now, and para I think he will not be consuming most of the 1 hour for today. Alright, so once again, we'll be starting with your chapter 3 right now because for this week it's just chapter 3, and next week will be your chapter 4. And at the same time, but on the same week, I will be having your midterms already. So, namumblema pa ako paano ko gagawin yung exam sa midterms. But, medyo mahirap kasing gumawa ng objective concepts dito, no? In that case. So, let's get to talk about your chapters 1. Wait lang, may pumapasok pa. May chapters 1. Chapters 1, 2, then eventually we go to your chapter 3, alright? Ang dami pang nagjo-join. Alright, so we continue, and no, when you talk about your STS, your science, technology, and society, as I have mentioned last time, this is actually a combination of the two types of science that we are dealing with, no? The science kasi is divided into two types. We have what you call your natural science, and we have what you call your social science. When you talk about your natural science, sila yung mga science na talagang we talk about those, yung mga sinasabi nyo, mga technology, gumagawa ng vaccine on the medical side of the spectrum. However, when you talk about your social science, ito naman yung side ng mga sinasabi nating lawyers, economists, anything that's actually dealing with the society. Now the point is that when you talk about your society and the natural science and the social science, no, pwede pa lang silang pag-isahin. In that case kasi, pag-isahin natin siya is actually really very important when you talk about nation building. Kumusta naman ang nation building ng Pilipinas? Are we effective right now? Are we tawag nito, are we on the developing side ba, or are we on the degrading side, no? It depends on how people will see it, no? And in that case, sa paparating na year on 2022, we'll be electing again another set of officials that will be governing the country for the next 4 years or 6 years in that case. All right? So really very important para sa atin na malaman, or we get to understand, no, how the science and technology relates to the nation building, no, especially in the Philippines. That's the reason why, no, gumawa ako ng e-discussion for that, and I really appreciated yung mga nag-comment doon, and even actually watching some of the clips that actually recommend you to watch, kasi it's actually will be an eye-opener for us, no, na ganun pala siya. Now, you talk about your historical background. Tayong Pilipinas kasi, no, if you're going back to our history or sa kasaysayan natin, we are actually being conquered by few different na mga foreigners dito sa time natin. We were conquered by Spanish, Americans, and eventually by the Japanese. And we have what you call the New Republic. However, in that case, no, in our area in Benguet, I'm not sure if Spanish are actually were able to go up here in the mountains kasi the Igorots are actually really very, kwan tawag nito, are actually mga warrior type din that I actually do not welcome. Hindi sila readily welcoming sa mga taong hindi nila katribo. That's the reason why it's not that rich yung history natin with Spanish as compared to Americans. Americans were the most dominating foreigners who are actually being able to influence here in our area. It's because of what they call yung mga Thomasites nila. If you still remember, anybody has an idea of what a Thomasite is? May idea ba kayo kung ano yung Thomasite? Alam nyo ba yung Thomasites? No. Review ito ng konyo, ng kasaysayan nyo. Anybody has an idea of what is a Thomasite? Thomasites. Wala. Pwede kang magnakaw na mag-google. Thomasites. Any ideas? What are Thomasites? From the word Thomas, yung Thomas nga na pangalan. Sila actually were the ones who are actually great influencers here during the time of the Americans. Kaya halos mga iba nating mga names ng ng mga infrastructures natin, even the roads are actually American. Yung Camp John Hay is actually dahil Americans were the ones who are actually camping there. Anybody has an idea what is Thomasite is?
American teachers.
All right, so yeah, actually Thomasites are actually mga American teachers. To be honest with you, it's the Americans who were able to influence us to open public schools. Public schools, no? Yung mga Thomasites, they were the ones who are actually being able to teach the Filipinos dati on mga basic na mga subjects and trying to also make it to the point na importante yung education. I have a relative, no, yung lola ko. My lola actually graduated, hindi graduated, only finished grade 2. And to be honest, she is actually a fluent English speaker as compared to her Tagalog. Hindi siya marunong mag-Tagalog, pero magaling siyang mag-English. Kasi naabutan niya during that American period, during those times when Thomasites yung mga teachers niya. No, Thomasites, and kahit grade 2 lang, pero ang galing mag-English. I believe that you have also siguro yung mga relatives niyo na mga matatanda, no, na naabutan yung American period during that time, and try to ask if maybe